Archives of Art has examples of untold masters. Galleries showcase sublime samples of these notables. Sadly, often beyond these specimens, the information is scant concerning these artists. Mundane details of extraordinary lives are irrevocably lost in the void of deficient legacies. Curiosity trumps all other considerations in rectifying this paradigm. But amongst the current crop of artists, who will stand the test of time? In the face of such an unknown, we've focused our lens on the most likely candidate. History will judge the worthiness of our choice.
Oh, welcome to my workshop, where every day's a treat, where time stands still for art to feel and process reigns supreme. Come on in, time to begin. That's right. After all is said and done, just remember art.
Welcome to Patrisha's workshop. It's my great pleasure to announce, well, as it happens, announcing is not just my pleasure, it's my job. That said, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that you seem positively ebullient today, Miss Patrishaa. Has your mood got anything
Yada,
to do
yada.
with...
You do go on. The loyal fans of this show don't tune in to listen to your blither. No, they don't. Okay. Well, look at you. He has hurt feelings. We haven't got time for your pouting. Be professional. We've got a show to do. You know how I love you. Well, while we're waiting for the glue to dry, I'll take the opportunity to respond to viewer questions. Okay, go get my chair. Well, the question I'm most often asked concerns my academic credentials. Now, I don't recommend this to all aspiring artists, but I must say, I got a lot of mileage out of sleeping with my professors. Before you condemn me, let me explain. I didn't do it to avoid a failing grade, or to even get an A for that matter. The dean's list was never a goal of mine. My motives were, dare I say, almost spiritual. Well, maybe not spiritual, but payback for sure. When I reflected on all I was receiving from the professor, it seemed like the least I could do. I'm not going to apologize for being a compassionate person, or is that a passionate person? I'm not sure. I suspect I'm both. Anyway, this is the deal. I didn't think the poor man needed to be distracted in the classroom with fantasies of forbidden liaisons with co-eds. Not this one, anyway. Let me explain. I'd be less than honest if I didn't admit to a sense of gratitude report card time. Mind you, I always received the grade I deserved. But to be completely honest here, the process isn't hurt by warm recollections. With Mother on her dream cruise, perhaps this week there won't be any distractions. At least not from her anyway.
Clearly you don't want my perspective on anything today. It's just that I'm the only person authorized to talk in this zoo.
If you've got something to say, just spit it out.
Don't ask me how. Your mother is on the phone. Oh, I understand there's been a fatality.
Wonderful. Now she's calling me from the grave. Clearly, you still have hurt feelings. Get over it and put Mother on speakerphone. And just because you're peaked, don't forget to turn down the treble.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello, Mother. Where are you? You didn't get put off the boat, did you?
No, silly. I'm told we're somewhere off the Cape of Good Hope. I'm on the captain's radio. I convinced him that I had an emergency and had to contact my darling daughter. I told him the last time I didn't call her, she's so sensitive, she had to be hospitalized. He said he understood.
Mother, are you taking your meds?
I'm taking something. It's in the food.
Mother, what are you saying?
All my prescriptions were confiscated, okay?
Confiscated? Why would anyone want your pills?
You tell me. It was some guy in a uniform, like the uniform made it official, I'm sure.
Be serious, Mother. No one wants your pills.
Oh, they gave them back. I don't guess they thought I'd notice all the pills had been changed. I don't think it's paranoia to think someone is trying to kill me.
Oh, come on, Mother. No one is trying to kill you. Can we change the subject?
Who got to you? I might have known you'd take this attitude.
I don't have an attitude, Mother. I thought something happened. I thought you'd been killed. Did someone die?
It was terrible. We were on the deck playing moonlight shuffleboard when the gentleman, I forget his name, just keeled over.
Playing shuffleboard at night. I'm sure, Mother.
At the time we were. Not that it's any of your business, but earlier we'd been in his cabin. A couple of times I had to remind him why we were there. Look, outside of a doctor's office, I can't recall the last time a man wanted me to take my blouse off. Unfortunately, they took his pills as well, so other than getting groped, nothing else happened. We ended up on the deck playing moonlight shuffleboard. At least he checked out on the deck and not in the bed. What? No comment? Later that day, I was whale watching with some other passengers. To no one in particular, I asked, "What do you suppose happened to to what's his name. The guy looked at me and said in all seriousness,
"My guess he's in the ship's pantry."
"That's disgusting," we all said.
"Think about it. We're at sea. Only a fool would throw away fresh meat."
The other guy said,
"What the hell's wrong with you? We live in a civilized society. We no longer eat people."
"On the other hand, I thought, they can't have dead bodies stinking up the place." What I said was, that can't be true. Nevertheless, I'm not going to eat anything but seafood. I wouldn't advise that. The seafood comes from Kansas City. What do you suggest? I act like I'm lost in the woods and eat nothing but nuts and berries? The other day, I decided to do something I'd never done before in my life. I get up and watch the sun rise. I got my shawl and staked out a deck chair facing east. As usual, I was asleep when the sun came up. The next thing I knew, it was 10:30. I'd evidently become overheated because the shawl was now at my feet. My face, shoulders, and arms were burnt up. I was in excruciating pain. The nurse applied some soothing lotion and said she'd never seen such a
I had
severe
no
sunburn.
idea this cruise was going to be such an ordeal. I'm sorry you're not having a good time, Mother.
I didn't say that. I'm having a great time. Just yesterday, I met this wonderful woman at the brunch buffet. I became violently ill after eating. Clearly someone was trying to poison me. Anyway, she invited me to rest in her cabin. I spent most of the time hovering over the commode. When I was able to look up, I saw that her cabin was much nicer than mine. You'd be proud of me. I didn't become defensive about this disparity. Between waves of nausea, I assured this woman that my cabin was the best one my beautiful daughter could
The
afford.
cabins are all the same, Mother. Lord, give me strength.
Proud to announce the comic stylings of Patrishaa. Patrishaa is a Grammy, Nobel, and Peabody Award-winning comedian. Give the genius a tiki room welcome. I won't delay your pleasure a moment longer. Patrishaa.
Like everyone else, the most formidable obstacle in this world I had to overcome was my mother. My mother has Parkinson's disease. What's the matter with you people? There's nothing funny about that. Anyway, as far as I know, the reason for her condition has never been diagnosed. This hasn't prevented her from blaming my brother for her plight. I never had Parkinson's before you made the scene, she'd snarl. Once during an earthquake, she asked, "Is it just me, or is the room shaking?" Actually, Mother's assault began on my brother before he was even born. She regularly refers to him as an airhead. "Don't blame me, blame the doctor." She's referring to the delivery room doctor. He told her the reason she had to endure 36 hours of excruciating labor was because I was reluctant to reach in there and grab his head with my forceps and pull him out because I was fearful his cranium would collapse. Clearly, this couldn't happen if his head had anything in it. Then Mother, she says, I wasn't consulted, or I would have insisted he'd take a chance. With or without a caved-in noggin, he was gonna be a mental dwarf anyway. Mother's incessant verbal assault on my brother's self-esteem has eventually taken its toll. He's now 35 and still living at home. There's no doubt in my mind his next address would be an underpass if he ever left. That's his problem. I was able to escape Mother's clutches. Although, as Freud said, or was it Madonna? No one escapes their mother. It figures Mother would get Parkinson's disease. She'll probably malinger for decades. Yeah, naturally she wouldn't get something like a fatal heart attack or maybe quick consumption. Is that still going around? I think I heard about that one. Although, obviously not from Mother. I'm grateful to her for one thing, and that is instilling in me the fashion sense. Does it seem as though almost everyone is in serious need of a fashion intervention?
I'm someone you dropped on life's road. Now you expect me to carry your load. I don't think so. You can't hurt me anymore. You didn't take care of me. You didn't nurture my soul. You whined, you did your best. You gave me life. I owe you. You can't hurt me anymore. I'm someone you dropped on life's road.
I sold the world's tiniest handpipe on eBay, a priceless artifact for almost nothing. 8 weeks.
It's obvious your mother has you stressed out. Be that as it may, you simply must be professional, Patricia. Buck up, your audience is waiting.
You've got to be kidding. That's rich. You lecturing me, on professionalism. Artists don't respond to slave drivers. You can't stop me, Mother. No one can.
Unfortunately, I can. Once again, the fastest half hour on television has expired. Patricia, the world's greatest living artist, has once again graced us with her unique creative process. Tune in next week for another chapter in this fabulous series. And don't forget, no matter what you've heard, art is fun. Patricia's psychosomatic blindness was correctly diagnosed by her mother. Patricia never sought a second opinion because mothers know. A single parent with limited resources must make many painful decisions. This is particularly wrenching when two headstrong girls are involved. Appointments with ophthalmologists were not in the cards. White canes and eye patches were much more manageable.
Monk Dusa, I presume.